Oh, Clarice.
What's shaking, my friend? We are live for our little pre-show hangout. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
You look awesome. You look different. I don't know what it is.
Look bright.
You do. And I look different because you can actually read what my hat says now.
All these slight tweaks that we keep making.
We flip-flop things around. I just hit the button to record the audio so I won't forget.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yep. I've done that a couple times.
Well,
I'll be playing the intro and I'll be like, there's something I'm forgetting. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, I should probably record this so that we can make an audio show out of it, like what the whole intent of this thing is anyways, but whatever.
It's funny. Sometimes I lose focus on that.
The audio show?
Yeah. I mean, I just forget about it because we've been doing the video for so long now.
Well, but it's where we started. We still do all of it. So,
well, I mean, at the end of the day, we are still the Coin Show podcast.
Yep, that's right.
The fact that you can watch us do our idiocy is just an added bonus.
Yes. Correct. Hey, hi, everyone that's joining us tonight. Good to see you guys. We have a heck of a lot to talk about tonight. We have 16 news stories to talk about. We have a coolest thing. Times 5. Is it 5 times coolest thing?
Yes.
Something we did at Central States you guys are going to like. We're going to debut it here, and then we're going to release it as a standalone video.
Yeah, it's a special feature.
Yeah, we got together. It was a great time. I had so much fun at that show. Did you have fun?
I did.
Good.
It was the first show that I've been to in, since before the pandemic.
Yeah.
I was kind of tied up last year at A&A time with other things. So for me, it was a chance to get out and look at coins, and get to see people. And I saw people that I hadn't seen in a while.
Yep.
I love sneaking up on Charmy Harker and popping my face around and watching her face just light up. This was a good show because you saw Rick Snow was there, and Jeff Garrett was there. And, it was a really good show. A lot of business.
When am I returning to 71st Street? That's a good question. My guys want to set up. I don't necessarily have the urge to set up, but my guys do. So we will be back. I'm just not quite sure when. It's a show. Whoa. Getting a little audio feedback there. It's all right. We're good. Hi, Joe. Hi, Eugene. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys are awesome. Thanks for joining us tonight. Good to see your beautiful faces. There's Barry Swan, the unnamed source. Hello. Barry joined us in Chicago for Central States. For the Shindiggery, there was guitar playing and mandolin playing. And
I'll tell you what. Let's see. Spencer is amazing.
He is something, isn't he?
I mean, that guy, self-taught.
Yeah.
And just, he says, well, Matt's like, go get your mandolin. And I'm like, okay, it'll be okay. But I mean, at tops, it's not going to be all that. And it's like, he was amazing.
Yeah. It was a heck of a fun time. And what we're talking about is our meetup we had at Central States. There was fun times had by all. Now I have a little bit of an announcement-ish thing for us. This week, I got my table at the World's Fair of Money. So, Lost Dutchman Rare Coins / the Coin Show podcast will have a table at the upcoming World's Fair of Money. So, there's going to be another meetup. If you guys are in Chicago, you're going to come to the show. We're going to get together. It's going to be amazing. Yes,
it is going to be so much fun.
So, you heard it here first. Before the show starts, you guys hear it. J.R. Preston, hello, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm excited for this show, Mike. I really am excited to debut this video we did because we finally got it all to work together right. And then Barry came in with a home run.
Oh, yeah. The
home run.
Absolute home run.
So
that is the best video that we've produced yet.
I think so.
Yes.
And I didn't do it. That's why it's the best one.
I mean, look, it has all kinds of elements that you want in your video.
Right.
It looks professional.
I'm a coin dealer. I am not a video editor at all. So that is that
The
that
problem
shows in
is
my videos.
now Barry's gonna have to
Oh,
do
yeah.
more.
I'm gonna. Hey Barry, I know you're here. You're gonna be making more of these videos, friend, because that was great.
That was
So.
spectacular.
And you guys stick around. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's coming up here
Yes.
shortly during the show.
Let's see. I do need.
My brain. I'm gonna let you guys know that are hanging out with us early. My brain is fried. I had to do inventory for the last week. If you've never done inventory before, count your lucky stars. I literally had to put my hands on every single piece of inventory that we have in our office and verify that we had it. It was whew.
Are you done?
I am done. I finished this morning.
Okay. And how did it come out?
Oh, it was fairly accurate, which is great. That's what we were kind of verifying what our computer system said. We just wanted to see how things were progressing in the system. It was really nice. It worked out well. I never want to do that again. It was horrendous.
Who does? Didn't want to do it the
Well,
first time.
not to mention we have I think 7 double row boxes of nothing but quarters in slabs.
Every single one of them's got a serial number.
It does. 2 serial numbers because A, we have our computer system serial number, and B, it has a slab serial number. So it was fun. It was fun. I hated it, but it was fun.
I love that. I hated it, but it was fun.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't any fun. So we're trying out a new program tonight, guys, for the show. We're getting a little bit of feedback, which I hear. Work on that.
Feedback in what way?
It just sounds like I hear myself in a walkie-talkie.
Oh, well, I could help take care of that.
Well, there you go. So it's but yeah, the video looks good. I like the video. I have some new things we can do with it. So we're always working on making this part of the show better. The audio show is fairly simple. We just hit a button and record. But this part of the show, we're always working on making it better for you guys because you guys come hang out with us. So we want to put out the best stinking show we can put out for you guys. Just know we're working on it. So
Matt, where's the straitjacket?
I left it at the office. I needed it. I felt like I needed it. But no, I had a great team. My team helped me do it at the office. Those guys were awesome. It was definitely a team effort. So I'm just glad it's over.
I remember doing inventory, and I used to work at Foot
Retail.
Locker.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So we'd take inventory, and there was a really low tolerance for
Yep.
shrinkage. So I get it. And with coins, it's just like it's so much harder because you don't record this or you don't scan this, and then you end up with 2 things that are wrong, and it's
Well, we had an issue. Our system did an update, and I couldn't tell you why they thought this was a great idea, but they thought it would be a great idea to put an extra step in closing out the transaction. So you've been going through the same process to close out transactions for 6 months, and then all of a sudden there's an extra step. So one of my guys just didn't notice it, and it was fine. It was not on purpose, but he didn't ring out items for like 3 months. So that was the other problem. We had a bunch of stuff in the system that needed to come out.
okay.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
bad.
that will definitely inflate your inventory and
Skewed the
lower your
numbers.
sales
Skewed the numbers slightly.
just a little bit.
So, but it's fixed. It's done. Gosh.
That's good.
All
Had a
right.
good sales day, I assume.
Whoa. Wow. I don't think you can get real heavy into that because I heard like a.
Oh, I can back off.
No. It's fine. It's fine. I think it's okay. We'll be fine.
Well, I much prefer to not be like right in it, but
Okay.
I'm always trying to
I know.
worry about it because I was told that if I get off mic at all, it's a really big difference.
It is a very large difference. That is correct. So just don't scream at it, and I think we'll be okay. All right. You ready to do this? I'm ready to do this. You ready to do this?
Clear.
Clear.
Well,
I'm going to play this countdown. We're going to do this.
is this a take?
No, this is
Yeah, we'll take this one.
the show. Let's do this.
This is the Coin Show Podcast. The show about coins and coin collecting. And not just any show. This is the #1 coin collecting podcast. Going 10 years strong. Here's Matt Dinger and Mike Nodelman on the Coin Show Podcast.
It is episode 205 of the Coin Show podcast. I'm fired up and ready to go. I'm Mike.
I'm Matt.
And on this episode of the Coin Show podcast, we are going to take some listener questions. We're going to kind of hang out. We're going to share our experiences from the Central States Numismatic Society's recent show and our meet and greet, as well as show you guys probably one of the cooler things that we've done this year.
I'm pretty stoked about this.
But first, as always, the news.
Who is it?
The news is brought to us by Safety Shoes, protecting toes from falling objects for decades without a whiff of a thank you. Welcome, everybody. This passive-aggressive message was brought to you by Safety Shoes.
Safety Shoes. I like that.
I'm not sure I like their messaging.
I think you need to get some of those at the office.
Oh,
Just saying.
I know somebody who needs some.
Yep.
So Tennessee has ended sales tax on gold and silver. And all
Well,
I can say is it's about time.
that was nice of them.
Yeah, they are now the 42nd state in the United States to not have sales tax from gold and silver.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is a great thing for the states that it happens to, because I'll tell you what, it was a bear. We had it, then we got rid of it, and luckily we still don't have it. But when we did have it, it just felt like we were competing against the whole world, because, you know, they could order it online and didn't have to pay sales tax. They could order it from neighboring states to ours and didn't have to pay sales tax. But if they bought it in my office, I had to charge them 7% sales tax.
Well, that was the loophole for years, was that, you know, if you ordered it from out of state,
Right.
it exempted you from sales tax, and that was just kind of the easy way out. So, but when the world went internet, then they started collecting a lot more sales tax across borders anyway, which complicated things. As far as the Tennessee law, I'm not sure if this is just gold and silver. So if it's not platinum, if it's not palladium or other precious metals, and if this also does not remove sales taxes from like coin sales.
Okay, well, what the story says is both houses of Tennessee legislature yesterday overwhelmingly passed bills that would make the volunteer state the 42nd state in the United States to remove sales tax from constitutional sound money,
Gold and silver.
i.e. gold and silver. So there you go. Yeah.
Right. And that's why I'm saying it's like it's not really clear as to whether or not this extends to other precious metals like platinum or
Well, you know, I mean,
or if it extends to coins, because it's not numismatic.
well, yeah.
It's constitutional sound money. So that's a different story.
Hey, it's got to be better than what they had before. I'll tell you what.
Any tax break as far as, you know, buying stuff is good. And when you get into gold and silver, now you can actually kind of put hedge and things like that, and you don't have to pay sales tax on it, which who wants to do that anyway?
Not anybody that I've ever met.
Right. Said nobody ever. Speaking of which, gold has reached a 3-month low, ending this past week at $18.1220 an ounce. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was, you know, look, that's bad. It's over 1%,
It's been rough.
$30, I think, in total.
It's been rough, and it's you know, hopefully they can stabilize. I like these higher gold prices, especially for business. But you know, what goes up must come down. It's just part of the game we play. Silver got hurt too. Silver's down to under 21. So,
you know what? I'm becoming a real pessimist about silver. I really don't even think that it's a market. But
well, I have we could have a conversation about this real quick, actually, and I'm going to bring us back here because I was thinking about this the other day.
okay.
So the spot price of silver, right, is silver, and it is what silver trades for basically on paper.
Mm-hmm.
And with enough money, an individual or a corporation or a bank can affect the price of physical silver without owning any physical silver.
Correct.
That doesn't seem right to me.
Well, the biggest example of it that made it just black and white to me was at the beginning of the pandemic, because what happened was the gold market started going down, or started going way up. It started going way, way up. And at the end of the day, at the margin call, they had to make their margin call.
Yep.
And so they tanked the silver market with selling short silver in order to make the money back so that they could make their margin call. And that to me was almost like a crime. That tells me that you're really not talking about the price of silver.
No.
They drove the price of silver all the way down to $12 an ounce.
Yep.
And I watched how the people that deal in physical silver react to this. You know, what did we do? Well,
Nothing
we
changed.
immediately raised the premium pretty much the exact same amount that the price of silver went down, and it makes us look like we're gouging people.
Yeah. Oh, I just was thinking, I was having a conversation with a customer the other day, and we got to talking about that, and I just was thinking, you know, that doesn't seem right. It's almost, there almost needs to be two spot prices. A spot price for the paper commodity and a spot price for the actual physical commodity.
Or maybe a
But then-
price for future delivery and a price for immediate delivery.
Maybe. Yeah, that's not a
'Cause
bad
I
idea.
think that that's where a lot of the premiums are based anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. It's not a bad idea. Anyways, that was fun. Let's go back on to the stories. I'm sorry. I got off track a little bit there.
I'll return to your regularly scheduled news.
Yeah.
Already in progress. All right, let's see. Jeff Garrett posted a really nice article in Coin Week about the ANA
Good.
and summer seminar. For the first time in 3 years, the ANA is hosting their annual summer seminar. So it is back. It is probably the best numismatic experience that you can have.
Yep.
I'm going to be there this year.
I was just going to say, and the best part is Mike's,
Well, I don't know.
Mike's
I
going to
don't
be
know
there.
if that's the best part. Justin Irvin is going to be there for both sessions.
Nice.
And yeah, we're going to get our learn on. You know, it's going to be a good time.
Well, not only I've heard from people that have gone that not only do you get your learn on, but you get to network with all sorts of cool people from all over the country, and that's half the fun, is just hanging out with other fellow coin nerds.
Well, you know me, I love doing that anyway.
Yeah, you're going to talk
I
some
go to a
people.
coin show and I start walking around looking. Oh, hey, look at who's here. And
Yep.
it's like you guys are walking around going, hey, I saw in 1894. You know, it's like I'm like, hey, it's Jeff Garrett. That's so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that is going to be cool. The networking, you know, face to face with people is always something that has more stick, you know, to it in your mind. And,
Yep.
and you just create a better bond and a closer relationship. I think that there's a really nice camaraderie within this business. I think that people really do try and help each other out.
Yeah,
So-
totally. No. That you're gonna. I can't wait to the show after you get back from summer seminar. It's gonna be a fun one because you're gonna be hyped. I guarantee it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I will be better at grading. I hope so. So that's
certainly.
kind of where I'm going. I mean, I literally think enough of this experience and wanted to go even before I was in the business. But I went to my boss and said, hey, look, you know, you think I can go to summer seminar? And he's like, no, I think it'd be a good experience for you. Go.
Yeah, totally.
It wasn't just go here. We're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited for you. I really am.
me too. The ANA has been recipient of yet another donation from Dwight and Manley.
Awesome.
And yet another one is correct. Cause I mean, I don't know. It's like, man gives and gives till it hurts.
Yep. And it looks like
I
they
keep
got-
on thinking every time I see Dwight Manley, I think Dexter Manley, who was a coin collector.
Really?
Yeah, but not to the level of Dwight Manley. So what Dwight has done is he bid on some books and auction catalogs and photographs that have Breen's notes, handwritten notes in them from his complete encyclopedia of U.S. and colonial coins.
Interesting.
And so, it's, well, first off, he bought these so that they can be, and then he donated them to the A&A.
You know what's funny? I've
So
noticed
the
this.
A&A is going to do is they're going to put them in the numismatic portal, which means that they're going to be there for everybody to see forever.
Yep. I noticed this a long time ago in researching items myself. Breen always wrote in either green or purple pen. Don't ask me why.
Okay. It's odd that okay.
It's
Yeah. Who
odd that
knows?
I know that.
Well, it's odd that you've noticed that. That was just kind of my observation on it.
Well, that's me. I'm weird. I notice strange things like that.
So Dwight Manley, this is a guy I'd like to meet someday. I really would, because I think he's done a lot for coin collecting and has just,
Let's get him on the
listen
show, Mike. Let's get him on the show.
I got to find his people.
Yeah, that's true.
NGC will offer labels hand signed by former Delaware governor and U.S. House member Mike Castle.
Okay.
Now, Castle, as you may remember, introduced and or sponsored the bills that created the 50-state quarter program,
Okay.
Sacagawea dollar, presidential dollars, as well as the Platinum Eagle program.
Okay. So he had some influence on the on our most popular coinage series. I like it.
Well, so much so that they refer to him as what was it? The coinage congressman.
There you go.
So he did introduce a lot of legislation, and I think if anybody, should be honored, it is definitely him. He has had almost as big an impact on our coinage as Teddy Roosevelt.
Wow.
An amazing set of Walking Liberty half dollars are being offered by Great Collections, with bidding open through May 22.
Wow. Just
So
looking at the
that's another
picture.
week.
Just looking at the picture they show here on the story of a 42D Walker in 8, a 21D Walker in 65 plus, and a 21S Walker in 65, all with CAC stickers. That looks like a heck of a set.
Yeah, this is anything but average.
Oh, it's
This is your registry set number 1. It's ranked. The Rollo Fox collection is ranked number 1 at PCGS.
wow.
And yeah, I mean, this one's got as well. Let's see, 17D and 17S, both obverse and reverse, are 65 CAC or 65 plus CAC.
Those are pretty hefty coins.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a monster set. Let's see. There was something in here about the proofs too, if I'm not mistaken. Oh well. Oh, let's see. So, and this following on the heels of the Central States Numismatic Society U.S. currency signature auction that was hosted by Heritage Auctions. So
I'll tell you what.
Notes.
Great Collections has been moving and shaking lately. They've been offering some really, really, really cool stuff. And it's the first time in a while I actually remember, talking about them and really, really neat, rare stuff. Usually that's they're kind of like the annex of auction houses, or at least they have been. So I'm kind of glad to see them, offering some crazy stuff.
Yeah, I think that this has always kind of been their target, to be one of the movers and shakers, one of the market makers, one of the key players, for lack of a better term.
Right.
And I think that they have been stepping up. I mean, with examples like this $5,000 bill, I mean, first off, $5,000 bills in general are really rare and they go for just stupid money.
Correct.
And the estimate on this one was 175,000.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of cheese.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So they're going to have a Rainbow 50. They will have, let's see, a lightly circulated $10,000 bill.
Just lightly used,
A $50 FR440A, that's Third National Bank. And an exceptionally scarce, $100 FR452B, First National Bank choice I don't know. Choice find 15.
I just keep being pulled back to this $5,000 bill. That's a heck of a cool note.
Just grab your eye.
They do. They're very eye catching.
We had a $5,000 bill come in last year,
Yeah, I remember.
and I have pictures of it in my phone. I show it to people all the time.
That doesn't surprise me, Mike.
Well, I mean, how many of those do you get to see, right?
Not very many.
And we may have our first cool design on a coin for 2022, and it came from none other than our home in the USA.
Ooh, that is cool. Look at that.
How do you like them apples?
A
Snowboarding in Vermont.
A snowboarder. This has to be the first time we've had a snowboarder on our coinage.
I believe that is the case. I
Gotta
also think that this may be the most hipster design of all time.
Well, you got to shred the freshy pow pow, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is, think this will bring people back?
I don't know. I doubt it, but it's still pretty interesting.
I can't wait for the reverse proof.
Yeah, that would be up your alley.
Well, every year. That's the proofs that they make are reverse proofs.
Yeah.
Freshy meanwhile,
pow.
the Pop Joyment is celebrating an American anniversary that nobody is aware of.
I am certainly not aware that this is an anniversary that was coming up.
Yeah. So you have the British Virgin Islands silver bullion coins dedicated to the centenary of the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln Memorial. Sure, absolutely.
Lincoln Memorial's cool. If you've never seen it, I recommend seeing it.
Every year.
Yeah.
We have a bar here in Chicago that's called the Drinking Memorial.
Oh no, that's funny.
It is funny. And, meanwhile, the Royal Canadian Mint America's hat is creating coins with diamonds on them.
Oh, those are kind of cool looking.
Stop yourself.
They look like they almost look like old style like ceiling panels that you see in old buildings.
The old tin.
Yeah.
The old tin.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And the Cook Islands are celebrating the U.S. Special Forces.
Oh, that was kind of neat.
But have Her Majesty QE2 on the coin, so
hey man,
that was kind of
they're just doing things. That one's
Yes.
cool though, because it's got like the little camera or flashlight on the side, and then the sunglasses are colorized one color, and the helmet's colorized.
But why is a different country celebrating our special forces?
Oh, because they can.
And speaking of Her Majesty, many celebrations this year of her Platinum Jubilee, or 70th anniversary of her accession to the throne. So you've got the Australian commemorative dollar coin. And I think we see a new portrait.
Let's see. Yeah, it's.
So this is the Commonwealth portrait. So it shows her with the crown, rather than a diadem, or as in the Canadian coins, she has no adornment on her head.
Okay.
The portrait has not changed on the Canadian version of the Platinum Jubilee coin, but there are 3 faces to choose from on the coin itself.
What? What does that even mean?
Well, look, if you look at the reverse, the obverse of the coin, there's Her Majesty.
Correct.
And then look at the reverse of the coin, and it has Her Majesty and Her Majesty.
Are we looking at the same coin? Oh, you went on to Canada without me. I see. I'm sorry. No, you're fine. Like I said, I'm a little slow today. Okay, so yeah.
So the portrait hasn't changed on that one, but there are 3 faces to choose from.
3 different portraits of Her Majesty
on one coin. So we have heads and double heads if we flip it.
Yeah, how do you oh yeah, that's true. Double heads, I guess.
Yeah, as well as the packaging, which features a photo of the new queen on her coronation day. And all I can say is I've never seen an image of Her Majesty quite like this.
She's
got that come hither look. Or I'm queen of half the world.
Maybe it's
there's something going on there. She is definitely happy.
Yeah, she's smiling. There is a distinct smile.
Yes.
Huh.
That is joy. That is the joy of knowing that you now own a lot of stuff.
Huh. Yeah, that's true.
So never seen an image like that.
Oh.
Jack Bamer has been awarded the PNG's Harvey Stack Lifetime Achievement Award.
Okay. I see our
Do you know Jack?
I see our friend Jack Young in the picture.
That's a different picture. Or is it not? I'm not sure. I'm not sure which picture you're looking at.
I have the story up. It talks about Jack Beamer receiving P&G's renamed Harvey G. Stack Lifetime Award, but in the picture is our dear friend Jack Young.
Well, that's because our friend of the Coin Show podcast, Jack Young, received the Saul Kaplan Award, which recognizes efforts to combat numismatic crime.
Got it.
Rusty Go, author of The Confident Carson City Coin Collector, received the Robert Friedberg Award for Outstanding Book or Literature. James Simic received the Significant Contribution Award. And the PNG recognized 3 dealers for 50 years of PNG membership: Jillian Liebman, Lynn Knight, and Harlan J. Burke.
Very cool. Awards are always good, even if you're a guy like me who hates awards. I still think they're great.
Do you know Jack Beamer?
I don't.
I've never met him, but I'm very familiar with the ads that he ran in Coin World forever.
Oh, yes. I think everybody is. That's been doing this for a while. Huh. Very cool. No, awards are always great.
Put him on my list. I got to see when he comes to the ANA, because I'll bet you he comes to the ANA.
It's entirely possible.
And speaking of Jack Young, in his last article, he told us that he would let us know when there was something else to report. And none of us expected it would be this soon.
I saw this coin in my hand at Central States. Jack handed it to me and said, check this sucker out. So this is a really, really strange example. And I have no idea how they let this coin get graded. So this is purporting to be a 1796 large cent. It is in a PCGS holder as a genuine coin. But it was struck over a much later 1843 large cent. So tell me how that's possible. It's obviously not. So what happens is this coin was struck by counterfeit dies. They used a very, very worn 1840s large cent. I don't know if it was exactly a 43, but an 1840s large cent. As the planchet for this coin, and the strike didn't quite wipe out all the designs. So you can actually see hints of the design of this coin underneath the strike of the 1796 large cent.
Yeah, the star right in front of her mouth is kind of distracting.
Oh, and in hand, that star is very, very easy to see. So I don't know how they missed this coin.
Well, okay, I may not suggest that they missed it. Perhaps they thought it was maybe a foreign planchet.
Well, it wasn't out of the ordinary for them to strike early American coinage either on tokens or on like spoiled coins sometimes.
Sure.
You see lots of multi-strikes and lots of other issues. So I can see that, but the problem is there was really nothing that was using that style of star during that period. So,
and coin nerds, they're going to figure it out. I mean, besides the fact, although that is probably the most prominent feature, having looked at the close-ups that Jack provided,
right,
the 1 cent is the thing that really just jumps out at you.
Yeah, and again, you see a lot of coins that were struck twice, multiple strikes. That's not unusual for early American coinage, especially coppers. But yeah, man, that star is just like, huh? How did they miss this?
Well, and the 1 cent is a completely different style.
Yeah, but it was
larger,
nearly obliterated
location. Fairly, but it's still there. If you look, you see the shadow underneath. It's there in the pictures.
Oh, I know, but in hand, it's a lot less.
Yeah, that star is just very pronounced.
It like that was the first thing I saw when I looked at that coin was the star. So
for those of you who follow Jack in his pursuits, this is not something that's very easy to find. So the population is small, and the results are not, like stacked away waiting to be written about, but rather Jack writes as he finds them. So this is a really nice, fresh find.
Yeah. And what he does is from there, he will actually go and study the fake dies that were used to make this particular coin, and then they're going to go on and try to find more examples that were struck from these dies and see if they can't. Because obviously the coin is not a 1796 large cent; it's a counterfeit.
Right.
So, and it's a really, really, really good one. If they had used a slick,
I'll bet you the planchet's underweight.
probably, but if they had used a slick, we would probably have never caught it. The composition would be right, but the fact that there are just some design elements poking through is what gave this coin away. Because other than that,
I mean, you would think that, it would have been smarter of them to use a slick old large set, not one that was, know.
Because other than those, if they didn't have those kind of dead giveaways as to what it was, this coin would fool darn near everybody, because I believe it matches up to a known die pair fairly well.
But that is the rule in counterfeiting that a lot of people just don't understand, is that, the counterfeiter never wants his own bad stuff back. So
Right.
There's always a tell. There's always something easy.
Well,
You
not
see
necessarily easy. Maybe easy for them to tell, but
Well, if you know what you're looking for, it's generally a pretty easy tell. You can tell at distance.
right. So
Oh, look, we got Taffy out there. All right. The Welshman is here.
awesome.
So finally in the news, CoinWeek wrote an interesting article this week on 1921 and how it became a year of key and semi-key date coins. And, this is a subject that I've talked about many times, and something I'm sure that, you've heard me talk about ad nauseum.
A timer,
21
a
is a
time or
really
two.
cool. Pardon me?
I said a time or two. I've heard it.
Yeah, I mean, 21 is just that year where it followed a recession, it followed a big pandemic, and because of that, there just wasn't a need for a lot of coinage, and so they just didn't make it. And if you look at many years throughout the 20s, there's years that they just didn't make certain coins. They didn't make nickels this year, they didn't make halves this year, and that's a pretty common thing.
Yep, that's right.
But what I think the article's interesting, but I think it draws a parallel, or you should look at the parallel to 2020.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
I think that is going to be the 21st century's key date.
It's entirely possible. I mean, obviously modern minting, they make a heck of a lot more coins but yeah, I mean, I can see that there was a heck of a lot going on in 2020, and because the world was kind of just hunkering down and not doing business, I can see that might be the case.
There were a lot of people that let things like subscriptions to the mint and stuff like that, go because they either didn't think about it, they were focused in other directions, stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is that, okay, if you look at, try to get 2020 proof sets,
Yep.
2020 silver proof sets,
Yep.
2020 mint sets. They are all like 3 times issue right now.
Yep, that's true.
It's stupid.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I don't disagree with you. But we'll see. In 10 or 15 years, we'll know much more than we do right now.
Yeah. What I felt was interesting was typically, when something is scarce, you can still find it at a price.
Yes.
I was trying to find some 2020 proof sets, and I couldn't even find them at any price.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I can see how that makes sense.
Yeah. And that's the news. And the news was brought to us tonight by Safety Shoes, protecting toes from falling objects for decades without a whiff of a thank you. You're welcome, everyone. This passive-aggressive message was brought to you by Safety Shoes.
You're listening to the Coin Show Podcast with Matt Dinger and Mike Nodelman.
That was a fun news segment.
I had a lot of pent-up energy.
I
I'm
see
sorry. I had to let it out.
That's okay. That's fine. Do it. That's what we're here for.
And why? Because we weren't here for a couple of weeks. Why?
Why?
Because we were hanging out at Central States.
Yes, we were. We sure were. And my computer had a little bit of an issue, but we got her squared away. We're good. We're here.
Yep. And we're new and improved again.
Trying
It's
hard.
like Coin Show 5.3.
So, let's hit the chat. Let's see who's hanging out with us tonight. I see a couple of questions already. So if you guys have them, go ahead and send them now, and we'll just have a little discussion here. So, Carl asks, our favorite non-U.S. sovereign bullion coin. What's yours, Mike?
I'm sorry, my favorite. What kind of bullion coin?
Non-U.S. sovereign show. Or non-U.S. sovereign coin. I'm sorry.
Right. So it's got to be a country's issue, but not U.S.
Correct.
I think that a lot of what the RCM does, the Royal Canadian Mint does, is really, really cool. There's novelty everywhere. I love the big cats on little coins. Those things are awesome.
Yes.
They're just so ridiculous. If I have to pick a favorite, I'm gonna go with the Canadian polar bears, the all odd weights too, because they're like 1 1/4 ounces, 1 1/2 ounces, 1 3/4 ounces.
Yeah.
No reason to love those coins, and yet there they are.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm trying to decide between either. I think mine is probably the Britannias, just because they're so neat looking. They have Britannia, like advancing to the right and flowing garb, and it's interesting.
And now they have those radial lines that really do make the design pop.
It does. Yeah, I think the Britannias are pretty cool. They would have to be my favorite.
It's a cool flag.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah, heck yeah. Let's see. Joe Bohannon asks, is that snowboarder coin Frosty? We got us a comedian. Yeah, where's a rim shot when we need it? Do I have one? Do I have a rim shot? No, I do. There you go.
Yeah. So, no, but the proof coin will be.
I got more. I got plenty of these if you want to keep.
Yeah, I'll be here all week. Try the veal.
Let's see. J.R. Preston said, "Hey Matt, you mentioned you've gone to Pittsburgh before for shows. Have you ever been to the Pan show in Pittsburgh in the past?" Actually, I have not. I hear, however, it is a good show, and it's getting better from dealers that I do know that go to this show. I may very well check it out. Not this year, but maybe next year. It's only about for me, it's about a 6-hour drive, so it's kind of on the outer edge of what I like to drive to. But it's, Pittsburgh, the place that they're having, it's a great convention center. I have been there before. But yeah, Pan Show. If you guys are in that area, check it out. It's just outside of Pittsburgh in Monroeville. It's coming up here pretty soon, I think.
Have never been to Pittsburgh. I hear it's a wonderful city.
It is nice. I like it.
And it's in Western Pennsylvania, which in my world is the better part of Pennsylvania. That's not, any slap. It's just all the mountains that you got to go through in Pennsylvania to get anywhere.
Yeah. He says it's this coming week. So if you guys are, out in that area, it's coming up this week. The Pan Show in Pittsburgh.
Check it out.
And Carl said his favorite coin was the Maple Leaf as well. So you and Carl are on the same wavelength, Mike.
Oh, it's okay, because Justin Irvin says he likes Britannia coins.
Oh, good. Well, see, me and Justin are on the same wavelength. I like it.
Yeah. Now, if you ask Barry Swan, I will be willing to bet you that he comes up with Rule Britannia.
A what?
Rule Britannia.
Oh, all I heard was Rule Britannia.
That is because I'm blah, 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 blah.
I was like, what in tarnations are...
Like you talk for 30 minutes straight.
No, you're fine. But what the heck is a Rurpeltania?
That's a Rurpeltania. Now, you see, what you have to do is you have to isolate that as a sound and play it back every once in a while.
Just every once in a while, you'll hear Rurpeltania. Oh, that was good. Yeah, so, it looks like that is about it for the chat tonight. These guys are hanging out and just kind of paying attention. You know what, Mike? Let's talk about what we did for the last 2 weeks ago now. You want to?
I do.
What was your favorite part of the Central State Show? If you guys don't know, Mike and I attended the Central State Show. I had a table. Mike was there for a whole day on Thursday. We had almost all of our staff, minus Ernesto, was there hanging out. And we had a blast. So, Mike, what was your favorite part of the show? I know you got time to walk around and check stuff out. Did you want
Without question, my favorite part was the meet and greet.
Yeah. Sure.
but that's not technically part of the show. So that's an adjunct, as my buddy Nutsky would like to say. So, and my favorite part of the show itself was all the different booths. I mean, there was a big show. This was bigger than the typical Central State show. And it seemed like people were pent up from having not had a show in a while.
Yeah.
There was a lot of business going.
There was. We did a heck of a bunch of business. But there was a few. I think they added like 40 or 50 tables to the show from last year or the last time they had it. I forget if they skipped it a couple times.
I think that they added Ancients to it, which I don't know if they had that last time.
I know
so there was a whole group of, those guys.
I know shows are trending towards having an area for ancient world coins kind of as its own little spot, which is cool.
Especially the bigger ones.
Yeah. So it was cool. I like that. I enjoyed looking at the Big Four, which if you guys didn't make it to the show, they had an $1804, a 13 V nickel, a 94 S Barber dime, and a 43 bronze cent all together in one case right there for you to get as close as you wanted to look at. Very, very cool. Very, very cool.
I also enjoyed meeting all the people.
Yeah.
And the ladies from Gray Sheet were magnificent. They were fantastic.
They always are. Very, very nice people.
Yeah, very nice people. Let's see. And
I enjoyed meeting the folks that came by, just stopped and said hi to me. I had several folks come up and just say, hey, I listen to your show. I love what you guys are doing. Just wanted to tell you thanks. So I had probably half a dozen guys come up and say that to me. So you guys that came up, thank you so much. I really enjoy hearing that. I enjoyed meeting you guys. I am always available for listeners to this show. If you guys see me at a show, come say hi. I want to talk.
Oh, absolutely. Don't worry about, interrupting or anything like that. Just say hi. And that it's funny, since we started doing the video, we do get recognized a whole lot more. It's like people would, occasionally recognize your voice and say, hey, I'm trying to figure out where I know this guy,
Yep.
But now it's, that and YouTube.
Yeah.
People are constantly, oh yeah. You did the podcast. Yeah. Podcast guy.
It was really nice. It hadn't happened in a while, which was, I don't mind that either, but it was just really nice to kind of meet the guys that were like, yeah, man, I've been listening since the first episode. And, it was just blowing my mind. So it was nice.
It's cool because from the inside, right? From somebody who actually puts this together, for you to work on what you do and you put it out there, and the immediate thought is, it's okay. It's the best we could do. And people are just going to make fun of it anyway. Right. And you have to kind of gird yourself for that. And then when you get this positive reaction where people are like, hey, I really like listening, it's like, it really does kind of warm your heart a bit. It's nice because we do this because we want to share and because we want to help create a better hobby.
That's right. Well, one of the things we did is what we're going to get to right now. And we did something kind of cool, and it's something I've been wanting to do. And we actually kind of did a trial run last year that didn't quite work the way we wanted it to. So we just never aired it. And I think that with us, when we do something like that and it just doesn't work, I would rather just not air it than give you guys something that I'm not happy with. So this was much better. What we did is the five of us, myself, Mike, Corey Scherer, Barry Swan, and Justin Irvin all got together, and each of us had $100. And it was the $100 coolest thing challenge. So basically $100, can't spend a dime more than that. But what was the coolest thing that you could buy at a large coin show for $100?
Also, you didn't have to spend a whole 100.
That's right.
You could spend 10 cents and put the rest of it in your pocket.
That's right. But so anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys do enjoy this, let us know, because I would really like to do this again. I would also like to do this, maybe like to get some of the listeners involved with this and do this at a show, let's get together and do some stuff like this. So let's take a look at this video.
We'd really like to know how you guys would like to participate in this.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So anyways, we hope you guys like this. This is our $100 coolest thing challenge. Here we go. Maybe. Not quite yet.
Take two.
No, I'm getting there.
Hey everybody, I'm Matt. I'm Mike. And this is the Coin Show crew. And we're here at the Central States Coin Show doing a $100 coolest thing challenge.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Coin Show Podcast. My challenge coin is this GSA soft pack dollar. So I was able to find a GSA soft pack for $100 and I absolutely couldn't resist. Now, the GSA hoard, they sold off in the 1960s. They put the uncirculated coins into a hard pack, and they put the, quote, circulated coins into a soft pack. This is just an absolutely fantastic example of a nice uncirculated soft pack coin. And I think I got the best deal.
Hi guys, I was able to find my coolest thing here at the Central States show. Took me a while, but I was able to find something really cool. At least it's cool to me. Hopefully you guys all find it cool too. So what I went with is Hard Times token. 1841 has Daniel Webster on it. Daniel Webster was the Secretary of State under William Henry Harrison, who is, that's one of my collecting focal points, is William Henry Harrison political tokens, due to the ties to my area. But Daniel Webster it says the Daniel Webster credit currency on the front. It's got ship on the front and also an ocean scene on the back. And I really hope you guys find that this is the coolest thing. I was able to pick it up for like $90, and it's in a 61 brown holder. It's got actually gorgeous surfaces for what the coin graded as, but these are notoriously bad strikes, so that probably affected the grade a little bit. I'm gonna flip this camera around so you can see, and hopefully you enjoy it. The 1841 Daniel Webster Hard Times token. It is not an overly rare token, however, it's so cool nonetheless because the ship scene on the front. This coin is, it's got some nicks on it, but overall it's got pretty good fields and a decent strike for what the coin is. And on the back, you can see it's another cool, like, nautical theme, ship out on the ocean, and with Van Buren mentioned on the back. So I hope you guys find this token as cool as I did. And I'm super happy to find this for under $100.
Hey guys, Matt here from the Coin Show. This is my coin for the $100 challenge, but I didn't spend $100. I only spent $20. So check this thing out, guys. This is a cut farthing from William I, also known as William the Conqueror. If you've ever seen the Bayeux Tapestry, William the Conqueror, that's the one. So basically this was a penny, silver penny, that somebody during the time period cut to be used as small change. I thought this was super cool. Hopefully it's the coolest thing.
Hey guys, this is Justin with the Coin Show Podcast, and this is my entry into the $100 or less coolest thing challenge. My entry is 3 different Allied military currency payment certificates issued by the United States for Germany during World War II. They used these payment certificates in lieu of regular cash because they could cancel these out and they were worthless for the enemy. But what's special about these is that they are replacements. And the way you tell a replacement from a normal one is this little dash right here. The little dash indicates that it is a replacement. This is a 10 mark, a 20 mark, and a 100 mark note. On the reverse of each one it says, it's big M. They look pretty neat. These were made I believe, by the American Banknote Company, just like the regular notes were. And they're all three the same on the reverse. That's my entry. Have a good day.
Hey everybody, it's Barry Swan, aka The Unnamed Source, here in Schaumburg, Illinois, Central States, and for the $100 challenge, I purchased a 1797 Drake Bust large stamp that's counter-stamped, and I believe the counter-stamp belongs to Lemuel Pomeroy, who was a US military gunsmith. And you can see there the counter-stamp with the eagle and the initials of the United States. So very cool, especially since it's on a 1797 large stamp. Hope you like it.
That was pretty cool. I had a great time doing that. But you guys need to let us know whose item was the coolest, because somebody's going to win and get bragging rights. And it's me, but don't tell the other guys, okay? Just saying.
I might take issue with that. I think that maybe the coolest per dollar, but not the coolest dollar.
Oh, I don't know. That gunsmith piece is pretty darn neat.
Yeah,
just saying.
Yeah, there's look. That was sending us in whatever direction the wind blew us, and you look at what came back. That was really interesting. And truthfully, and to tell you how varied this was, that during the ANA, I actually bought an ancient coin.
Yep, that's right.
So I mean, it was it was whatever direction the wind blows us, and
but if you guys like this, we'll do it again. We'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll involve you guys. We'll get you guys in on this.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
Turn you guys loose on the floor with $100.
We'll get a poll put up on Friends of the Coin Show on Facebook. If you guys haven't joined, you should join now. Just go to Facebook and search Friends of the Coin Show podcast. You can find our poll there. We'll get that put up probably tonight and let it run for a few days while everybody consumes the video. So, yeah, it was fun. And that was our coolest thing segment for this show. So, Mike, that's it. We're done. 205's in the bag.
Boom. Another value for money for our listeners. So yeah, it's it's another fun show to do. So we'd like to thank our production staff. We'd like to thank the people that edit it, the people that write it, and all the people behind the scenes that really don't get enough credit. That's Corey and Justin and Ernesto and Barry. And, everybody that helps us do this, we appreciate you. And most of all, we appreciate you for listening, because without that, this would be pointless.
That's right.
You got anything else for Matt?
No, sir.
All right. We need feedback on the coolest thing segment. And we would also like feedback on what you guys thought of some of the changes that we've made recently. So, be brutal as far as that goes. If you don't like the way it sounds, if you don't like the way it looks, if you think that that I have too much stuff in my background, it's like, let us know.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks because we've got a Patreon show coming up next week, and that'll be fun. I think we might have to do something out of the ordinary for that.
I don't like it when you say these things, Mike, without consulting with me first.
No.
Oh, boy.
That's part.
All right.
So for the Coin Show, I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
And we'll talk to you next time on episode 206 of the Coin Show podcast.
You've been listening to the Coin Show podcast with Matt Dinger and Mike Nottleman. The boys will be back soon with another informative and entertaining episode. Meanwhile, you can follow the show on social media at The Coin Show on Twitter and Instagram, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Coin Show. You can also join their private group. Just search Facebook groups for Friends of the Coin Show and request access. But if you want to take it to the next level and support the Coin Show podcast, you can go to www.patreon.com/The Coin Show. If you subscribe at the $5 a month level or higher, you'll have access to Not the Coin Show podcasts on the off weeks, as well as other surprises reserved for our patrons. Visit our website at coinshowradio.com or download our podcasts on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Radio, Spotify, or wherever you download your podcasts. This has been the Coin Show Podcast.